Is President Trump simply concerned of moving from the presidency to private life, or is he concerned about moving from the presidency to prison?
Well, I think you can see that he has many reasons to be concerned, at least that if he leaves the White House, he's going to lose the immunity that goes along with being president for legal reasons. And I think, from what I understand, he's quite concerned that he may face prosecution in New York, where a pardon from the White House wouldn't be able to reach. There are about 24 different kinds of legal actions coming at him. By far, I think the most serious is the investigation underway in New York City by the district attorney, Cyrus Vance Jr., who has picked up the case that originated with the Southern District of New York, the U.S. Attorney's Office. It was a federal case against Michael Cohen, who had been Trump's lawyer. Michael Cohen, as people will remember, served a 3-year, is still serving a 3-year prison sentence. And when he was indicted, the indictment mentioned that there was an unindicted co-conspirator who happened to have been, he wasn't named by name, but it was clear that it was President Trump. So there's that unindicted co-conspirator charge has now been sort of picked up by the district attorney's office, which has got an open criminal investigation into President Trump, looking at, among all kinds of fraud in his business before he became president, bank fraud, insurance fraud, tax evasion, and other kinds of fraud. So that is ongoing. There is a open investigation, and it's said to be quite a serious one. Donald Trump has at least over $300 million of loans coming due in the next 4 years that he has personally backed, meaning he's on the hook himself for these loans. He's also got an IRS case that he appears to be losing. It's an argument with the IRS about what he owes in taxes. It appears that if he loses it, he's going to have to pay an additional $100 million. So he has tremendous liabilities hanging over his head. If he had stayed president, he probably would have been, had the clout to renegotiate these loans somehow. If he's out on the street, it's going to be a lot harder. He's going to be very hard up for where to find the cash to pay these things off. He could try to sell some of his assets, but because of the pandemic, some of those assets are worth a good bit less than they were before, because commercial real estate and resorts are in the tank right now. And so he's in a hard spot. And as he is with facing these criminal investigations. And so there are a lot of reasons he's fighting so hard to stay inside the White House, according to people who know what's going on inside. Whether he would turn to foreign backers, I mean, that's certainly one thing that some of the people around him who I interviewed suggested, that he might turn to corrupt foreign oligarchs. He's also clearly flattered a number of the world's richest and most corrupt leaders, including Putin, including Duterte. He may try to call in some chits, people worry. The situation, it suggests that it's possible that some of his foreign policy positions were very self-interested. There's certainly been that question raised about his relationship with Turkey. So these are all, these would have been huge liabilities going forward also if he'd gotten himself reelected. As it is, excuse me, these are reasons also why he might be fighting so hard to try to convince people that he won an election that he lost.